5 Republicans making their case to the voters in their third debate.
Fox 5 political analyst John Dadian breaks down their chances. Good morning. Good to see you, John.
Good morning.
A lot of back and forth last night.
A little bit.
What stood out most to you?
I never thought in all the years I've been doing this that I would see a Republican debate where the word scum was used.
Wow.
That was a surprise.
That was something, wasn't it? I mean, don't bring the kids into it, first of all.
I mean, it really is unforgivable. And it was interesting, the after show later when they had their families on stage and all that, and the daughter of Nikki Haley came on stage, etc. They got away from Ramsey. They just wouldn't go near him and shake his hand.
I wanted to talk to you about, obviously it seems like some of these moments, some of those moments are almost, I don't want to say they're staged, but they know that something has to happen to be the headline, to be the first thing you mentioned, to be the first thing on the news, and that's the soundbite, right? But when you get down to the issues, what were the 2 or 3 best issues that you felt they were saying something of substance last night?
Well, it was your typical. It was the border. It was China, of course. They certainly hit about abortion because that was so important because of the results throughout the country the day before. So it's basically, yeah, but to get back to the point you just said, keep in mind what you have when you're a major debate like this, it's called debate prep. So they walk through with their advisors.
What was that again?
Debate prep.
Oh, prep, yes.
What'd you think I said? No, seriously. So everything from coming up with a one-liner to how do you break out,
one-liners,
etc. Well, there was a few. I think Ramaswamy really is hurting himself. I don't know what he's thinking because he had several nasty ones. He zinged the chair of the Republican Party who was in the audience, etc. How does that help you, etc.?
The moderators, the host network, everything.
The moderator he zinged, your profession, it's just amazing. It doesn't help him. But clearly there's one more Republican debate before the primaries kick off, and I do predict that it'll be down to 3.
Was there anybody that did a good job, accomplished what they wanted to do last night, or came out on top?
I'm going to use a baseball analogy. Nobody hit a home run. Nikki Haley clearly did solid, doubles and triples without a doubt. DeSantis held his own. So those 2 who were considered the front runners to begin with did well. The last couple of months, we don't know why Tim Scott has faded so much, and that's why I think he won't be in the next debate. They are going to make the rules a little bit more stringent, and that's why I said that I think it will be down to 3.
When you get down to 3, then you start talking about, do any of these 3 candidates have the chance to get this nomination? President Trump was off at a campaign rally not too far from where the debate was happening, right? And he says, I have a 50, 60 point lead. I think we talked about this. Why am I going to go and debate these people when I have such a wide margin of a lead? Why?
Let me answer your question specifically. Your question is, do they have a chance? And my answer is no. Now, having said that, there are 2 reasons why this process is going on. Clearly, there's an old cliche that if you run for president to be eligible for vice president, and that's clearly going on. The other one, I'm going to use one of my favorite cliches, and that is chance favors a prepared mind. You don't know what's going to happen with everything with Trump. I mean, all of this is unprecedented. I've been doing this for 40 years. We've never seen, a former president on trial and all this. So we don't know what's going to happen, and so they just want to be ready just in case. But as far as actually getting a nomination, no.
Do you think reading through all we're just talking about, do you think Vivek is going for that vice presidential nomination, trying to impress Donald Trump with the persona and what he is saying on that stage?
Well, clearly, as far as the chances of Vice President DeSantis won't get it with Trump. So Nikki Haley and Tim Scott, I think, are very, very possible. Again, Chris Christie, absolutely not, because of the things he said about Trump.
Wow. You're right. We haven't seen anything like this before, right? Every day is a new thing. But if you had to hang your hat on something or say, this is what I think is going to happen come next year, who's going to be on that final ballot?
I hate to even say this, but again, this is the worst kept secret. People have a lot of concerns about we've got a year to go about President Biden. And if he's not on the ballot for any reason, there could be 6 different reasons. If he's not on the ballot, it's a wild horse race on that side. And then how does that affect Trump? But clearly, again, the worst case is Gavin Newsom's been doing the shadow campaign. So he's just getting ready without a doubt. But clearly, I absolutely believe Donald Trump will be the nominee. Now, I heard a great quote, which I happen to agree with, and that is the way that Donald Trump gets out of all his legal problems is to win. Because if he wins and actually becomes president for another year, the federal charges all go away right away because it's under the Department of Justice, and then the Georgia case, they won't be able to do anything on him. So that's interesting. Here's another little piece of trivia. Keep in mind, whether or not Joe Biden or Donald Trump wins the actual election for that term, either one of them, it'll be their last term. So all of these people, DeSantis is relatively young, Nikki Haley is relatively young, Gavin Newsom is relatively young. All these people are really getting ready for 4 years from now because you'll definitely have an open seat without a doubt. A lot of people aren't focusing on that.
They're looking at 2028 already. My goodness gracious. John, we appreciate the insight as always. Thank you so much.
Very good to see you,
Thank you. Good to see you. By the way, you can catch that fourth Republican debate on News Nation. That is scheduled for Wednesday, December 6th.